Look what we just picked up. So this does not happen very often. I just picked up a 2007 Honda Rubicon 500 for 500 bucks. So this was posted on Facebook last night for $400. The seller said his wife went to go start it one day and the start button would not work. So nothing would happen when you push the start button. And he said, you can have it for 400 bucks. Come on over, come grab it. You're the first one that responded to the ad. So I went over there. He takes me in the back. He owns a horse stable. So he was going through the starting procedure with me, showing what was wrong with the machine. And he goes to hit the start button, and this thing actually just fires right up. And he's like, well, it's your lucky day. And he's like, we're not going to tell my wife that. So what the wife had done was leave this thing in gear, and it wouldn't start because this thing was in gear. So he put it in neutral, fired right up, and he's like, you can have it for 400 bucks. I was like, awesome. I said, are you sure? You know, I can pay you more for it. He's like, no worries, take it for 400. I ended up giving him 500 just because I felt bad, but we got a steal on this one. These running condition go for anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 in my area. So we got it for 500 bucks. Obviously needs some work. The seat cover is trash on it. It's all duct tape. You can see it was used for the horses, so it's just caked with this like sandy dirt. They used it for raking, so it's just caked everywhere. I mean, it's just a thick dirt on there. But it does run. You can see right there, there's the model 2007 right there. And I don't think it's going to need a whole lot of work. He said possibly a carb clean because it does stall sometimes, and obviously the regular maintenance, oil change, stuff like that. I'm not sure if the CV axles are good. I picked it up late last night and I didn't really look it over because I figured for 500 bucks you really can't lose. It's a Honda. So we'll look it over today and see what else is wrong with it. But for 500 bucks, I think we did pretty good. All the side plastics are there. It's complete. Not seeing any broken plastics. That bar right there is a little bent down, but nothing's broken. Front bumpers on there. I believe the lights do work as well. We'll have to go through everything. And we'll have to check the oil too. Didn't seem like it was smoking when he had it running. But like I said, we basically heard it start up. He drove it on the trailer and that was that. I don't think the gauge works either, which we might try to fix today. So this thing has a winch too. Sweet. So we got really lucky on this one. We're going to try to fix this thing up as best as we can and use it to do some work today. Alright, just a little walk around so you guys can see how dirty this thing is. I mean, it's absolutely filthy. So first thing we're going to do is pressure wash this thing. I don't think this thing's been cleaned for many years. It's just really bad. Alright, this should be pretty satisfying. Clean this one. Yeah, it smells like horse poop. Pretty gross, but it's cleaning up. Probably gonna need a second wash, honestly. I ate like a pound of horse poop there. That was pretty gross. But we got most of it off and looking pretty good. All right, this is after the first wash. Doesn't look too bad. A little rusty in spots. The rack is all rusty. I think with the new seat cover, it looked really nice. Let's see if this thing turns on here. Oh, looks like the gauge does work. 6,501 miles, 947.2 hours. Looks like the gas is pretty full. Huh. So, I didn't think the gauge worked. But I guess it does. Let's see if the winch works. Oh yeah, winch works. Sweet. Alright, it's neutral. What gear is it in? There's neutral right there. Lit up. It's the choke. There we go. It's fired up. It's got 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, switch right there. Yeah, it likes the choke. No codes coming up or anything. There we go. Running pretty good. See if the lights work here. Where are the lights? There we go. That one's working. Okay, all the lights work. Wow. It's actually running pretty good. No noises. Not too bad. Let's see if it moves here. Alright, so far so good. Goes in reverse. Alright, let's see if it goes in high, low, and reverse here. Machine actually has manual shift. Right here you've got low, high, neutral, and reverse right here. And you can actually switch it into electric shift mode like that and shift with the buttons here. So, alright, so if you're in low, the shifting works here. You can see. Alright, we got this thing in the garage. We're definitely going to need a new perch for it. You can see that's broken off right there. So right where it attaches to the bolt. So unfortunately, I have to order up that perch. I'm going to take off the stuff right here. There's like a rack back here for something. Not sure what that was for. There's a rack right here and then a phone rack right here. We can take off, make it look a little bit better. But it's pretty rusty, not gonna lie. Racks are pretty much all rust. But these can be painted and sandblasted, not a big deal. Looks like all the gears are working, electric shift is working, and it looks like 4x4 is working on it. So we got really lucky there. I'm sure the electric shift on these are pretty complicated. So I'm glad that's working. Looks like there's a little compartment right here. Let's see what's in here. Some gloves. So we can throw that out. All right, let's see what's back here. I'm guessing the winch Looks like there's a rope. And then there's the winch solenoid, the seat. Let's take the seat off here. Let's see what's going on. We'll probably get a new seat cover for it. This one's pretty crappy. So right here, looks like we've got a manual for it. So that's cool. Looks like a tire pressure gauge here. Yep. Alright, and this thing's just firing up really easily now. So I think it just needed some choke, and now look. Starts right up, new problem. I can't imagine what this filter looks like. Let's see. Oh boy. There is no filter. That is not good. That is absolutely horrible. Cannot believe it ran as good as it did without a filter on there. Wow. That is really bad. Oh. We're gonna clean that off right away. Clean out this whole box. As you can see, there's like sandy substance on here. That's what was left of the air filter. Just the cage. Oh boy. So we're gonna vacuum everything out, clean it out really well, blow this out, and then we'll order up a new air filter for it. All right, we got that all cleaned out. I was looking right here. It looks like there's a little toolkit right here too. So that looks like it was never open. I'm guessing they probably bought this thing brand new. So, cool. Toolkit is included as well. Awesome. All right, so this thing might not be smoking because it doesn't have any oil. So let's check. Here's a dipstick right here on it. I didn't check any of this when I was there. Again, it was 400 bucks. Ooh, that looks pretty old. Let's see here. I don't see it coming up at all. That's not good. So it's super low. This doesn't even have a reading on the dipstick. That is not good at all. Look at no reading. It should be all the way up to the middle of the low and high mark right here. And we're not getting a reading. It's coming out of somewhere. Let's see if the cover underneath here has a pull start. Just kind of curious. Nope. Oh yeah, it does. Look at pull start right here. Huh. That's cool. Then the starter's right there. So this is an awesome design. Look how easily you can change out that starter. Right out in the open. That's like the easiest spot to get to. It's not buried underneath all the plastics and underneath all the engine parts. That is a really good design. So, looks like we need to do an oil change. We got a new filter because I figured this oil's never been changed. So we got a new filter. And then this takes 4.6 quarts of oil. All right, we've got this thing jacked up a little bit. It's gonna be tough to get underneath here. But there's a skid plate we have to get off first. And then we can get to the bolts. So there's one bolt right there, and then one in the middle right there. So, all right, skid plate coming out. Get to clean that off. So that was on there. You can see all the dirt and grime. go underneath here. So the first one is going to be right there. That's a 17 millimeter. And that looks like a 12 millimeter. This is where the filter is. That's the filter housing. And there's one right there, another 17 millimeter. So 3 plugs we have to take off. So let's get those loosened up and we'll see what comes out. I'm thinking there's not a whole lot of oil in there. Getting this one off. Sorry if it's hard to see. See how much is in here. It's gotta be really black. Hoping there's something in there. Oh yeah, look how black that is. Holy cow. Wow. I don't think that's ever been changed. See how black that is in the ground there. Alright, we got the next 17 millimeter bolt right here. There, bucket over here. Again, sorry if it's kind of hard to see. Okay, there's quite a bit in that one. Yeah, that's filling up pretty fast. We'll have to check for metal chunks and stuff. Alright, last one. It's for the oil filter. If I can get it here. There she comes. This one's a little tighter. I think there's a spring. At least there was quite a bit of oil in there. Maybe half of what it should be, not even. This whole thing should come off. Alright, let's try to get a pry bar in there and pop that off if I can. Alright, so up there is where the oil filter goes. So what we did was take a screwdriver and just kind of pry that out. An O-ring kind of holds that in place. So now we can get the new filter in and everything should be good. We'll check out the oil first. Alright, oil is extremely black, but I'm not seeing any chunks of any kind. No metallic flakes. So, looks pretty good. It was really low in oil though. Probably a third of what it should have. Alright, so we've got the 2 drain plugs, those are the 17 millimeters, and we've got the 12 millimeter plug. So this actually goes through here, and then the spring goes over that, and the washer goes over that, and this washer was missing, so we had to find one that fit, and then the air filter goes over that, like that. Right there. So that washer was missing. So open that up. Looks to be the exact same thing. Perfect. That should work great. And that came with a new O-ring. Alright, we'll get the O-ring out of here. Yeah, it's pretty flattened. You can see it was kind of ripping in spots right there. Take some old oil, lube up that O-ring. There we go. get. Alright, so this is going to go on first like that. Spring goes on. Washer goes on. And then the filter looks like it can go either way. So that'll go like that. That compresses down. Alright, we're getting 4.6 quarts in here. At least that's what it calls for. Get our funnel in. And we'll start dumping some oil in. Alright, first quart going in. It's like 40 bucks just for the oil, and then another 18 bucks for the filter, so probably 60 bucks for an oil change. We'll put 4 in and then check it. We'll start it up and check it. Let this thing run for a little bit, and then come back and add the last 0.6. Alright, 4 quarts are in. Let's just run it for a little bit. Get this thing warmed up. And check the dipstick. Starts right up. Looks like the tail light's working too. Cool. Engine sounds really good. Alright, we let this machine cool down for about 5 minutes. Making sure it's not too warm. Check the dipstick here. Alright, stick it in. See where we're at. We're not quite there yet. We want the oil to be between the lower mark and upper mark on the dipstick. Using the dipstick, we'll push it in without twisting it in. So you can see it bottoms out right there. As you can see, we're between the upper and lower mark right there. So we are perfect. Let's let this thing warm up for a little bit. See if it smokes though. Sounds good. No smoke yet. Yeah, no smoke at all. Alright, let's make sure there's some coolant in here. I'm guessing this has never been changed either. Oh, there's coolant in it. It's topped off. So, looks like that's all good to go. Alright, so I'm guessing the gear case oil has never been changed if the engine oil hasn't been. So let's get this cap off and we'll see. You can actually probably take the bolt out right here. That's the check bolt. Alright, so it wasn't that tight. If there's some in there, we'll just leave it. Because maybe it's been changed. Huh. I don't see anything. So, that's not a good sign. Here. This takes 80 weight. So we'll just put some of that in until it comes out the fill hole. Oh boy, it's still not coming out. Oh boy, it was really low. There we go, it's starting to come out now. Alright, cool. Put that in. Well, good thing we checked that. That was pretty low. So for this one, we can check it with the fill plug. So it should be filled up all the way to the threads on the fill plug right there. Try to get our extension in there. Alright, we finally got that to budge. Ooh, looking a little dry in there. Oh, actually, it looks like it's right up to the threads mark. Let's top it off. Alright, that's all the way filled up. So that looks pretty new. So I wonder if they did do a front diff change on it before. Well, that wasn't too bad. That looks pretty clear too, that oil in there. Our wire wheel here. Hard to get in the corners here. We're using VHT roll bar paint. This stuff is really good. All right, we got the racks painted, the foot pegs painted. It's looking pretty good, actually. Not too bad. If we had the new seat cover, this thing would look really, really nice. We got a couple of these. So this just goes in here, and then it pushes together. That's how this plastic was kind of flopping around. Let's see if that fits in there. Perfect. Here is also broken. Let's see if we can get that out. You can see it's still a little muddy. But this can go right in here. Fixed. Get one in there. Let's see. So that one's broken. Let's get that one fixed. They're missing. I must have had these off at one point. All right, we got all the fluids changed in this thing. I think it's ready for the first official ride. Hopefully everything is good and it moves okay. All I did was put it in reverse, forward, and neutral. So let's take it for a little bit longer ride, see if we hear any weird noises, see if it smokes, and we'll kind of diagnose it from there. I'm hoping everything's good now, but we will see. Alright, so far so good. It looks like the fan came on. You can hear the fan going. So that's good. Fan works, turned off. So it's not overheating at all. I did notice, however, when I shift into high, see that? There's low. So it comes up with the low mark right there, but when I shift into high, see it shows up for a brief second, then goes away. And now what it's doing is it only goes like 18 miles an hour in high. So in low it goes about 38 miles an hour. So I know it should go like 55 in high. So something's not right with that. But it goes into neutral just fine. Oh, now that popped up. ESP flashing D1, D2. Well, what the heck? Let's see. Turn it off. Turn it on. And now it's doing that flashing. So it did this before once. Alright, so what you do to clear that code is turn it off, push these two arrows, turn it on, and then what's going to happen is the screen will come up with an N, and you go up arrow, up arrow. Then you'll hear a buzzing sound down here, like a little motor going, and then it will get to this screen right here. Then you can shift normally and start it up. And we should be able to shift into gear. So now I can turn it off, turn it on, and it should be an N. And you should be able to shift into low and high here. Let's see. So that one is high. And there's low gear. Alright, so now we're back to normal. But when you shift into, see that? So some type of sensor is not working, I think. So I don't know what's going on there. I think it's the gear position sensor that's going. Because right now, you can go into neutral, go in reverse. There's high right there, but it doesn't say high. And there's low, and it says low. So, oh, it almost went into gear right there. But if you fidget with it too much, it comes up with those other codes. So I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just the way that's going into gear. Everything else works perfectly. It doesn't overheat, super smooth, everything is working perfectly except for that. So I wish we could go into high gear so we have the full potential of this machine. And if you switch it to like D2, put it in neutral. So D2 is for more for torque. Switch it to D2, it does the same thing. Look, it doesn't go into high, but it will go into low. See that? So something's going on there. Now if we switch it to ESP, we're in neutral right now. It won't go into high. It'll only work in low. See? Then you can click up like that into gear. So I think it's something to do with the high gear, and it's the gear selector that's, something's going on with that. I think it's just a wiring issue. But if you guys know, let me know in the comments. Alright, so we picked up this boat last year, and I think we paid $100 for it. And we got it running and driving. We took it out in the lake for a trip. But I think we're going to post this thing for free today and see if someone comes and grabs it. The whole floor needs to be redone, but it's not a bad little unit. It goes really good on the water. But somebody will take this boat for free, I'm guessing. Yeah, we'll see who gets it for free. I've been driving this thing for probably an hour and a half now, and it's been really solid. Has not overheated, always starts right back up, suspension feels good, everything's working perfect except for that one code that periodically shows up. Let's see if it's coming up again. Nope, it's not coming up again, but I'd really like it to shift into high. See that? It's got the double line like that. So we'll have to figure out what's going on with that. But other than that, it's a really nice machine. I'm really happy with it. For 500 bucks, I mean, it does not get much better than that. Well, first ride on the Honda Rubicon turned out pretty good. Just that one small issue where it isn't registering on the high setting when you shift, but I'm pretty sure that's the shift sensor that's kind of finicky. So we're gonna order up a new shift sensor, a new seat cover, and this thing should be good to go. Not much wrong with it. That doesn't happen very often. And we got this thing for 500 bucks, which is an extremely good deal, which also does not happen very often. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video on this one. More to come. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay tuned for next video. And until next time, we are out.